Anyway, back to Friday. So Friday afternoon, ABC, if you guys were there on a Friday, when basically I was guilt tripped into going to dinner with my fam jam, right? I was like, my parents came into my room, they were like, Colin doesn't go to dinner with us, he always misses out, which is, I guess, true, but anyway.
Beyonce deserved that award, like.
But, what's it called? So I ended up being guilt tripped and I ended up going to dinner, right? Who was sad that I left? Who was sad? Leave me alone, please, like.
Colin, not the yes, KLEO.
Best part of my day? Nah, not at me. Oh wait, I wasn't there. I overslept. I didn't really care because I wanted to play. Okay, well anyway, alright. I ended up going to dinner, y'all, and we ate at this like pho restaurant and it was so amazing. It was so delicious. And when we walked into this restaurant, it was very calming, okay? The vibes were very like, ooh, I'm so excited to eat some dinner. So a lady came up to us and she sat us down, all right? She kept looking at us in like I kind of recognize you way. And I was like, what's happening right now? She wasn't really saying anything. She wasn't really like, I feel like I know you guys yet, okay, yet. And so she walked us to our table. We sat down and she kept like looking at us like this, like just looking at me, my mom, my dad, and like all four of us. And she started saying like, why do I feel like I know you guys? And then me, my dad, and my mom, we were all like, what? What are you talking about? We were like, oh, thank you, Dakota. Hello, Dakota. And thank you, Dakota, for the 110 days. Thank you, Dakota. So we were like, wait, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know who you are really. And so she was like, have you guys eaten here before? And we were like, no, this is actually our first time. And she was like, huh, I really feel like I know you guys for some reason. And then she looked at me and she was like, are you a streamer?
Yeah.
The waiter saw your winking Snapchat video and discovered your Twitch channel and saw your dad that night. Such a winking idol.
So, she was like, are you a streamer? All of a sudden, all our faces were like, we were shocked. We were like, what's happening right now? What's happening right now? And so she was like, I was obviously like, yeah, I am. And she was like, oh my God, you know, we just kind of all started freaking out because we were like, what's happening right now? What's happening? And so, what's it called? She was like, yeah, like, cause I recognize you, and then I like saw you, or something like that. I don't really know. Basically, like, she saw my dad, and like, she recognized my dad, and then she saw me, and she was like, no way, it's, you know what I mean? No way, it's a whole fam jam. Because ABC, if you guys have ever seen, oh, hello, Noah. ABC, if you guys ever, sorry, is my music loud? ABC, if you guys have ever seen my TikToks, right, with my parents, okay? For some reason, everyone loves my parents. It's like they steal my whole spotlight. And so I think when she saw my dad, she was like, why does he look so familiar? And then she saw me and she was like, wait a minute, this is, connect the dots, you know what I mean? And so anyway, moving on, you know, we were talking with each other and we were like, yeah, like I'm streaming, and everything happened. So then, you know, we're kind of like catching up. We were like, oh my gosh, like this is so crazy. Like, what a coincidence. Like, this is insane. And she asked me a question and she was like, do you like get these often? Like, do you have these like fan interactions, or do you have these type of interactions like ever? Does this happen a lot? And I was like, no. I was like, maybe. No, it doesn't. But then I kind of told her about the one time. ABC, if you guys remember the Dick's Sporting Goods fan encounter. Oh, you want to take a picture? Story, ABC. So anyway, after she asked that question, right? I was like, yeah, I never really had these like encounters except for this one time. I started telling her the whole story. I was like, yeah, there was this one time when someone saw me and recognized me, and I literally asked her if she wanted a picture, and it was on my phone. Not the other way around. So it was like very awkward.
I like using 0.5x
and then, you know, she was like
to take
chuckling,
pictures.
she was like smiling and stuff. And then my dad says, how about we take a picture? I was like, wow, Dad, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Right after I literally explained this awkward story of me taking a picture. And I was like, I literally looked like this to my dad, which I kept thinking back to this moment because I was like, what if she's thinking in her head like, oh, he doesn't want to take a picture with me. You know what I mean? I literally gave my dad this exact reaction when he said that. Hello, Rachel. Not hello, Rachel. But anyway, I gave my dad this exact reaction when he said that. When he said that. I was like, and I was like, oh, okay. We could do it on my phone then. So we ended up taking the picture on my phone, which ABC, if you guys saw my story on Friday, or my Twitter post on Friday, all right? You guys probably saw me take a selfie with my fam jam and her, the lovely, lovely, amazing person, just, you know, with us that night. Anyway, so all the comments, I was like, I wonder if anyone's gonna like, you know, be like, why is he taking a picture with the waitress? You know what I mean? And so the comments were just like, oh, do you remember you got a haircut? This makes me so happy. Ooh, Amelia said, do y'all know the waitress? Such a happy family, you know what I mean? Like everyone was just like replying with random things. It wasn't really a big fiasco. And so I was like, oh, so no one really knows. Okay. But anyway, moments pass, we take the picture and everything, and eventually, you know, I asked her if she wanted me to airdrop the picture to her. Good job, Colin. Like, good job. Because, like, listen, y'all, like, I can't have one of those other moments if I'm the only one keeping the photo. Like, is like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we should both have the photo at least. You know what I mean?
When I saw the photo, I was so confused why you took a photo with her and just thought you wanted a photo with her for some reason.
I have improved, y'all. I have improved. But anyway, so we airdropped it to her. But honestly, guys, I think if I was streaming that night, right? Like you guys were there, POV.
Hi, Colin. I found
You
when
guys
I started
would
watching you
love
2021
her.
March.
And I mean, you guys would
First
love her.
stream I
She's
watched
so
was your first ever
she's
Ariana
so amazing.
concert.
Really fast food P? Wow. I feel like you guys would love her because when I asked her, when I was like, oh, do you want me to airdrop the photo to you? She was like, no. Like she has like your sense of humor, you know what I mean? Like it's not like the like crazy like, oh, you're ugly bitch, you know what I mean? Like because that's but her sense of humor like definitely matches my sense of humor, which thank God, you know what I mean? But she was so nice, guys. Like she was actually incredible. She actually took off like $10 off our whole meal. Oh shit, I cussed. Wait, can we not start the challenge yet? Like I forgot I was even doing that. Just let me explain my story first. So anyway, she took off $10 off her meal. We tipped $20 because like obviously like that is just an amazing moment.
Did someone drain the Red Sea and part it like Moses?
And she was just so amazing. And so her name is actually Trinity, everyone. And it was so cool because later that night she followed me on Instagram. She DM'd me and she was like, I just want to thank you guys again for coming to the restaurant. Like it means so much. And it was so like crazy seeing you there. And I was like, oh, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. So everyone put a heart for Trinity. Oh, Trinity may be watching. Hi, Trinity. But yeah, it was so amazing. It was so amazing.
OMG, that was going to be my name, but my mom named me something else. I love Trinity.
But yeah, it was just so insane. And when you think about it, guys, like imagine if I stayed, right? Imagine if I stayed home that day, kept streaming. Would the same thing happen? Maybe, because I feel like my parents have the spotlight more than me. So, but yeah, it was meant to be. So it was meant to be. But anyway, so that was a crazy story. I just think that's why I said, y'all, in my tweet, I was like, oh shit.
She would have got a picture
That's
with
why
your
I
dad.
said, y'all, this was an iconic moment. And everyone thought it was just because I was having dinner with my family, which I barely do. Which, fuck you. I always have dinner with my family. Sometimes. But anyway, that's why it was so iconic. Anyway, we need to talk about Saturday. Listen, I did cuss, but just hold on, all right? Just hold your horses.
My name is Trinity and my grandpa named me. That's why my last name is de la Cruz of the Cross.
Your dad had to guilt trip you? Yes. Yes. I even told her how I was guilt tripped into going.
You cuss.
I like told her my whole life story. I literally told her my whole life story. It was so like she literally knows the high school I went to. She knows the area I used to live in. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Yeah, it's for like some reason. It's like I feel like when I first talk to people, I feel like I can like trust them. Yeah. It depends on the person. Like her, like I feel like I can trust
Colin,
my
I
whole
like
life.
that shade of green.
No,
on
guys,
you.
that was
It
like
brings
where I
out
used to
your
live.
eyes, but I
Because
still
no,
hate
no.
you.
You wanna know the craziest part? Guys, she was like, oh, I actually have a friend that goes to this high school. And when I saw her Instagram later that night, I literally followed her friend. Like, I apparently was following her friend this whole time. Like, this whole time. And so, now that I met her, like, I literally follow both of them now. Like, I was like, what a small world. What a small world. No, yeah, like, the connections was crazy. But anyway, guys, it wasn't like I told her, like, oh, yeah, I lived in this apartment number and in this complex. Like, no, y'all, I just, like, told her, like, like, the basic stuff. You guys are so...
Did the hairdresser
you
get
told
a
her everything.
lawnmower?
You
New
told
hair
yourself.
is giving freshly cut lawn.
Like, I'm sorry.